And we're just going to rock the weight, as we always do, forwards and backwards, just to find that nice balance, being nice and grounded. Morning, Mark. Joined. Well done. I can see you now, Jill, as well. So just forwards and backwards, noticing that slight engagement in the core as we're rocking forwards. We're going to maintain that core engagement coming back to center. And then we're going to find neutral with the pelvis. So it's just a little pelvis rock. So squeezing the tailbone between the legs and then rocking forwards. Just backwards and forwards. Just loosening off through that lower back. And then we're going to find a midpoint. So just slightly tucking that tailbone between the legs. Drawing up through the pelvic floor as well, so it feels like we've got a nice tight corset on. Crown of the head up towards the ceiling. And then we're just going to bring the shoulders up, down, and back. So nice big shoulder rolls. Let's just do a couple more. And then we're just going to finally slide the shoulder blades down and back. So really slide the shoulder blades down into the back pockets. We're going to use the band to stretch. I don't know where my band is. I think Don's had it. 1 second. Sorry. So, Arthur likes this band. So we're going to bring the arms out to 45 degrees, keeping that nice neutral spine. So keep the tailbone tucked under, keep the spine lengthened. And then we're going to take a nice inhale breath as we bring the band or tights, whatever you've got, up and over, stretch out through the chest. Try not to arch the back here, keep that spine nice and strong. And coming down, let's go again. So inhale breath as we bring the band up and over. You should feel a really nice stretch across the chest there, which will feel nice if you've been sat down at a desk for a long period of time. Let's go for one more. Inhale breath, exhale as we bring the band down and back. Lovely. And then bringing it back up and over. And then down. We're going to relax the arms down to the side, keeping the shoulders down and back. We're going to take it into our roll down now. So take a deep inhale breath. As we exhale, bring the chin towards the chest, keeping that tailbone tucked under. So we're going to try and aim to get a really lovely C curve into the spine as we roll down. Just let the arms dangle. And then at the bottom, keeping the knees nice and soft, just relax through the head, neck and shoulders. Just let the top part of the body feel really heavy. Feel that lovely stretch into the hamstrings there. Couple of nice deep focused breaths there. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Really exaggerate the exhale breath. Almost like you're blowing out birthday candles. And then we're just going to take a little step forward onto the band. So stepping into the centre of the band, keeping hold of the band, one in each hand. Take an inhale breath. As we exhale, we're going to draw the tummy button up towards the spine, pushing up into the back. And then we'll start to pull against the tension of the band there. Just working the spine a little bit harder, coming out of that roll up. And at the top, again, resetting the shoulders. So using the band now to anchor the shoulders down, we should be able to get a nice neck stretch in. So just dipping the ear towards the shoulder, feeling that lovely stretch into the side of the neck. And then rolling the head forwards, chin to chest. Still keeping slight engagement on the core, keeping that tailbone tucked under. Bringing the ear to the other shoulder. And then bringing the chin towards the chest again. We're going to come back down into a roll down now. So just let the band guide you down. Think of the spine like a bicycle chain. Just rolling it down nice and slowly. And then at the bottom, we can let go of the band. We're just going to relax through the neck, relax through the arms. Let the top half of the body feel nice and heavy. Give the head a bit of a shake, yes, and a little a nod, yes, rather. Shake, no. Switch those neck muscles off. Just make a bit of a mental note where your hands are in regards to the floor. So you might not be at the floor, you might have fingertips to the floor. Hopefully at the end of the class you'll be a bit closer. Take a deep inhale breath. As we exhale again, we're going to draw it through the pelvic floor, lifting tummy button to spine and rolling back up and back out. Again, nice little shoulder roll at the top. Slide those shoulder blades back down and then stand off the band. Just pop the band down to one side for now. We're going to just warm up through the legs now. So we're going to shuffle the feet out to a little bit wider than hip width and just work some nice deep squats. So we're going to bring the arms out in front, and as we come down, we're going to inhale as we come down, nice and slowly, bringing the bottom almost level with the knees if we can, or deeper if you can get deeper, and then exhale as we drive up through the heel, back up to center, squeezing that tailbone under at the top. So inhale as we come down, nice and deep, and exhale as we come back up, squeezing that tailbone under at the top. Let's go for 2 more. They look like good squats, everyone. Nice mark, nice and deep. Well done, Jill. Exhale as we come back up. Last one, we're going to stay down on this last one. So inhale as we come down, nice and slow, control the speed. And then if we can, we're going to bring the hands to the floor, or nearer to the floor. And then we're just going to rock the weight over to one side, feeling a nice stretch in the hip. You can use the elbows here to push the knees out a little bit, and then over to the other side. That's it. And then back to center. We're going to lengthen back out through the legs, popping the tailbone up towards the ceiling, relaxing through the neck. Inhale, breath, exhale, scoop, and roll the spine back up again. Coming back up. And then when we reach the top, just reset the shoulders. Keeping the legs out nice and wide, toes facing the front now. Going to bring the arms level with the chest and just work some side lunges. So we're going to bend through one knee. So bending through the right knee, we're going to bring the left hand down to the inside of the right ankle. Feeling that nice stretch down that left leg. And then bring it back to center again, nice and slow and controlled. And then down to the other side. So just tapping the inside of the leg there, ankle, and then coming back up. Let's do 2 more on each side. Keeping the feet flat to the floor, try not to lift through the foot. Nice. And back, last ones. Perfect. And last one, nice, Susie. And then back to center, and just relax the arms down to the side. Let's work a tiny bit of rotation before we get down onto the mat. So bring the arms out to 45 degrees, and this is where we just rotate through the spine nice and gently, waking the spine up, working the spine in every direction. And then just start to slow that down. As we slow it down, just allow the arms to come back to center. And then we're going to move to the end of the mat and work our way down to the floor. So let's tabletop first. I know you can't see me, but you will do when we get down. So just taking it up into a full body stretch. Feet hip width apart, tailbone tucked under, core nice and strong. So really tall with the spine. Inhale, breath. As we exhale, we're folding, pushing that weight back over the heels, lengthen through the arms, lengthen through the spine, frame the face with the arms. We're going to hold for 2 breaths, so nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then just start to soften through the knees. We're going to bring the hands all the way down to the floor, and we're going to walk it out into plank to begin with, just to wake up the core. So bringing the wrists underneath the shoulders, nice and low with the bottom. Let me just move my camera. We're just gonna, that's it. And we're gonna hold it there for 4. Nice deep breaths. Really engage all the muscles there, the quads, the glutes. 3. Full body exercise plank. 2. And 1. Bring it down into the knees. Have a little sit back into the heels, lengthen through the arms, and just take a couple of focused breaths. And then just walk the hands back towards you. We're going to stay kneeling now. If you're uncomfortable in kneeling position, you can pop a little cushion underneath the bottom if it's not comfortable for you. So what we're going to do now is just work a nice little side bend. So we're going to bring the hand out to the side, fingers pointing away from you, and then we're going to inhale as we lift up through this arm, reach towards the ceiling, and then exhale, bending through this bottom elbow, getting it a really nice side bend there. You should feel a lovely stretch down the side of the body. And then inhale, coming back up. Let's just do one more on this side. Inhale, breath. Exhale, bend through that bottom elbow, reach it over the head. Feel that lovely stretch down the side of the waist. And then coming back up to center again. Same on the other side now. So other hand goes down. Inhale as we really lengthen through, reaching towards the ceiling. Exhale, bend that bottom elbow, reach the arm over. Really nice deep side bend stretch. Inhale it back to center. And then exhale. See if you can go a little bit further. Perfect. And then inhale it back to center again. We're just going to extend through the spine now, so a little bit of stretching on our knees. So we're going to bring the hands behind the back and then interlink the fingers and then just start to squeeze and straighten the squeeze the shoulder blades together, straighten through the arms. Really stick the chest out. Have a little look up, gaze up towards the ceiling. Feel that nice stretch across the chest. A couple of focused breaths. And then relax the arms down to the side. Well done. Getting warm now. So let's take it back into our plank. So wrists underneath shoulders. We're going to step the feet back into full plank rather. Coming up onto the feet, bottom nice and low. Level with the body though, don't hang the hips. We shouldn't feel this in the lower back. We're then going to take it down into a low plank, so coming down onto the elbows. So bringing the elbows underneath the shoulders, and we're going to hold it here for 4. If we want to work a little bit harder, we can rotate and dip the hip. As long as we can keep nice and strong through the core. We're going to do for 3 more of these. Exhale it up, inhale it down. So we're just rocking from side to side. 2 more on each side. Nice and strong through that core. Last ones. Dip, exhale it up, and dip, exhale it up. Well done. Coming down onto the knees now. We're going to come all the way down onto the floor and now work some cobra stretches. You'll see me. I need to do my mat back a bit. So hands underneath the shoulders, shoulders down and back. Take an inhale breath to prepare again, as we always do. Exhale, we're pushing the floor away with the hands. Coming up nice and slowly. You should feel a nice stretch down the front of the body there. Make sure those shoulders don't creep up. We're going to go back halfway down now. So inhale as we lower. Elbows nice and tight to the body, so don't wing the elbows out to the side. Exhale as we push back up. So keeping lots of tension there into the triceps. Inhale it down. Exhale up. We're going to go for 5 more. So triceps are constantly working, we're not giving them a rest. Last 3. Exhale it up. Inhale, lower down. And last one. Inhale as we lower. Exhale, we're going to push it right up into cobra. So lift, push the floor away. Inhale, breath, and then as we exhale, we're going to brace the core, come up onto the knees. Take it back into child's pose again. Really lengthen through the arms there. Have a nice stretch out of the arms. And then we're going to come into 4-point kneeling. Wake up the glutes now. So, wrists underneath shoulders. Let's find our nice neutral shoulder in this position first. So we're just going to drop down, squeezing the shoulder blades together. We're not arching through the spine, we're just working the shoulders. And then coming up, we're going to part the shoulder blades, push up towards the ceiling, and then come back down. So still keeping a nice straight back here. We're not coming up into a cat stretch and then pushing back up. So we're going to find that midpoint somewhere in between those two positions. So we've got a nice strong shoulder. We're then going to slide right foot as far away from the body as we can, keeping the hips level. So keeping the hip bones facing the floor. Inhale, breath here. As we exhale, we're going to lift and lengthen through that right leg. Squeezing from the glute, and then inhale. We're going to kiss the floor with the toe, so don't rest, and then exhale straight back up again. You see there. Move forward. So it's just a lift and lower, tap and straight back up, making sure the hips stay level. Imagine that spirit level across the lower back. There's no movement. Don't arch the spine either. Keep that nice core engagement there. Let's go for 4 more. Squeeze from that glute. 3, 2. Also working the shoulders here. 1. We're going to stay up on this one, bending through the knee. Flexing through the sole, flexing through the ankle. Imagine we're balancing a coffee cup on the sole of the foot here. And then we're going to pull. So we're going to take an inhale breath, exhale. We're going to reach the heel up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lower. Exhale, up. Inhale, down. So you really should start to feel that in that right glute now. Squeeze. Let's go for 2 more. And last one, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. We're going to lengthen back out through that leg. Bring the toe down to the floor. Slide the knee back underneath the hip. If for any reason, listening to somebody, if you can't do it from kneeling, you can do this exercise lying on your front. So we can just lift, lower, if you've got a problem with knees or anything. But now I'm just going to do the other side now. So again, nice neutral shoulder first. Engaging through the core, slide that left leg away. And exhale, lift. So it's the glute that's lifting the leg here. Inhale, lower. Kiss the floor with the toe, straight back up again. So don't use the toe touching the floor as a rest. We're just literally touching the floor and straight back up. Let's go for 4 more. Last 2. And last one. Leg stays up on this last one. And then we're going to bend the knee. Flexing through the ankle. Inhale, breath, exhale. Squeeze the heel up towards the ceiling. Squeeze. Really contract that left glute. Let's go for 4 more. Lovely, keep that nice strong back. Try not to arch through the spine. 3, 2, and last one. 1. Lengthen back out through that leg. Bring the toe down. Slide the knee back underneath. Well done. Have a little sit back into the heels. We're going to take it into shell stretch now. So just bring the hands down by the feet, palms facing up, and just bring the forehead down to the floor. Have a little circle of the wrists if you like here. And then we're going to slide all the way down to start working upper spine now. So coming down onto the mat, onto our fronts, widen out through the legs a little bit here and just let the heels fall in towards each other. So just help relax the glutes a little bit. We're going to bring the hands down by the side of the body, making sure the shoulders are down and back. Taking an inhale, so again, engaging through the core, slightly dip, pushing that pubic bone down into the floor to keep that nice neutral spine. Inhale, breath. As we exhale, we're going to slide the hands down the thigh, lifting up through the shoulders and the head, keeping the gaze down to the mat. And then inhale as we lower it back down. So just gently wake up the spine. Exhale, slide the hands down the thigh. Inhale as we lower. On this next one, we're going to come up, we're going to stay, And then we're going to bring the arms round to the side. You'll feel the shoulders working a little bit harder. We're going to bring the arms out into a dive position. Squeezing the ears with the arms, and then we're going to inhale as we lower it back down towards the floor. Arms stay in dive position there. We're going to come up, inhale, breath to prepare, exhale, lift. So it's more length than lift. So you can see my upper body's parallel with the floor, and then we're going to bring the arms down and round, keeping the arms lengthened. As they come down towards the thigh, we can lift a little bit higher, and then just lower it back down to the floor. Let's go for 2 more of these. Inhale, breath, exhale. If it's too much with the movement on the arms, just stay with this movement here. Bring the arms round if we're working level 2. So you'll feel as soon as we increase that lever length, those shoulders want to work much harder, and gently lower it back down. Last one, take an inhale breath. Exhale, lift. Arms, shoulders parallel with the floor. Inhale, breath, exhale as you bring the arms round to the side of the thighs. Let's see if we can just lift a little bit higher. And then just lower it back down to the mat. So just bringing the hands to underneath the shoulders now. Let's pop it up onto the knees again. And just do a nice little cat stretch there, just to lengthen everything back out. So take an inhale breath. As we exhale, we're going to push up into the spine, part the shoulder blades, get a nice stretch across the shoulders there. And release. Well done. And then we're going to come down to our side, working glutes. So we're going to work. What did I say we're going to do? We're going to start with a clam. So again, for this exercise, hips stacked, shoulders stacked, head relaxed down onto the hand or the arm, whichever you find most comfortable. So we're going to push this top hip away, lengthen through that, the distance between the rib and the hip there. So lifting the waist up from the mat, keeping the heels squeezed together. So we're working the inner thigh. We're just going to open up the hip. So squeeze the leg open, just waking up that right glute. And then inhale as we lower it back down. Exhale, keeping the heels squeezed together. Inhale as we lower. Perfect. Exhale it up. Squeeze as far as we can without rolling back on that hip. Last 2. And last 1. Exhale, lift. And inhale, lower. We're then going to raise the feet up from the mat. So elevated clam now. So exhale, we should be able to open up the hip a little bit more now. Feet are lifted. Inhale as we lower back down, keeping those heels together. Let's go for 2 more of these, then we're going to add a little extension of the leg in as well. So you should start to feel it in the glute. You pop your hand on the bottom there, you can just feel that muscle engage. So on this one, as we open up the hip, we're then going to extend away the leg. And then bring the heels back together and close the clam. Keeping those hips nice and still. So you should also feel this in the other glute as well, stabilizing that leg. And lower. So it's open, extend, heel and knee. Perfect. Let's go for 4 more. 1. 2. Lovely. I'm feeling this now. 3. And last one. Exhale, lift, lengthen, heels and knees. Well done. Bring the feet down to the floor. Not quite finished yet. We're going to lengthen this top leg away so it's level with the body. And we're just going to raise, keeping the knee and the top of the foot facing the front. So just working slightly different muscles in the glutes. Don't like to leave any muscle out. Lifting and lowering, keeping the bottom, keeping that top leg level with the body. Let's go for 2 more. 1 and 2. Bringing the leg level with the hip. We're going to flex and sweep the leg forwards. Point the toe and return. So flex, forwards, working that side kick, point, return. Making sure that waist stays lifted. Let's go for 2 more after this one. And return. The last one. Flex it forwards, point, return. Let's take it up into 4 raises and then we're done. 1. Waist stays lifted. 2. Glutes are screaming. 3. Nearly there. And the last one. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower it back down. Well done. Bending through that knee. Pop that knee out in front of you and lengthen away that underneath leg now. So just give the bottom a little bit of a rub or a punch, whatever you need to do. And then we're going to come down onto the arm and work a little bit of oblique work whilst we're stretching this glute out. So we're going to bring the other arm overhead as well. Take an inhale breath. As we exhale, we're going to lift up and reach this top hand down towards the inside of that bottom leg. So squeezing through the side of the waist and then inhale, coming back down. So exhale as we lift. Try not to put too much weight into that hand on the floor. So really use the waist there to lift the body. And then we can start to lift up through this underneath leg as well. So lift, tapping almost to the side, inside of the knee, and then inhale it back down. Let's go for 2 more of those. Cat and dog are having a little meeting outside the door. Exhale it up and inhale it down. Nice, well done. And then we're going to roll onto our back. We're going to stretch this glute out a little bit more. So the top leg here, we're going to pop the foot into the band. And lengthen the leg up towards the ceiling. Gentle little pull, feel that nice stretch down the back of the leg. And then just lengthen away the other leg and just bring the foot across the body, feeling a nice stretch into the outside of the bottom there. And then bringing the foot back up towards the ceiling. I want you to pop a bend in this other leg now. So bringing the foot flat to the floor. We're going to have a little work on teaser practice. So popping the bandit, one in each hand. Inhale breath. As we exhale, we're going to bring the chin towards the chest and start to peel the spine up from the floor. We're not going to go all the way down with the leg though. We're going to keep the leg, the thighs parallel, and then lengthen out through the spine. So really working those hip flexors. So really lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Inhale breath. Exhale, tilt the pelvis, and we're going back down again with the spine. So controlling the spine down, 1 vertebrae at a time. And we can gently bring that leg up. Gentle pull. Inhale breath. Exhale, coming up. Chin towards the chest. Start to peel the spine up. Leaving the legs parallel. So we've got the curved spine at the moment, and then I want you to lengthen through the spine, sticking out the chest. We can hold it here. If you want to have a go, good teaser practice, we can lift the other foot up off the floor and try and stay in that V for 3 breaths. 2, if not, we just can't bring that foot back down, and 3. Inhale breath. Exhale, rounding through the spine, pop the spine down 1 vertebrae at a time. That looks really nice, Angela. And then gentle pull. We're going to leave this leg up and lengthen the other leg away again, making sure that lower back's nestled down into the floor. So we've got that imprint. We're going to take an inhale breath. As we exhale, we're going to lift the other leg up to join this leg. We're going to tap and then lower back down again. Inhale as we lower. And exhale as we lift. Really working those hip flexors, keeping that spine imprinted. Let's go for 2 more. 1. And 2. And then bring the foot back down. Bending through that knee, release the band, release the foot. So now bringing both feet down to the floor. We're going to tuck the tailbone under, imprint the spine down to the floor, work some ab prep now. So we're going to bring the hands behind the head, interlinking the fingers, elbows out nice and wide. But as we take an inhale breath, we're going to bring the chin towards the chest, and as we exhale, we're going to lift up through the shoulders, looking down towards the belly button. Inhale as we hold, and then exhale as we come back down again. Just warming up the abdominals. So inhale, chin comes to chest, prepare those neck flexors. Exhale, lifting up through the shoulders. Inhale as we hold, exhale as we come back down. Let's go for 3 more of those. So keeping that spine imprinted, exhale, lift. Inhale, hold. Exhale, come back down again. Last 2. Inhale it up. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hold. And exhale it back down. Don't worry too much about the breath though. Exhale it up. Last one. Inhale as we hold. And then coming back down onto the floor. And then you take it straight into the 100. So just like to do that little prep just to prepare the neck for the 100. So it might mean that you can go up to level 2. So bringing the legs up into tabletop position, making sure there's no movement from the spine or the hips. So getting that nice 90-degree bend in the knee, pushing that back down to the floor. Level 1, head stays down. Level 2, collarbones nice and wide. We're going to reach it forward with the arms. And then we're going to start to pulse. Really strong pulses with the arms. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 5. Level 2, we can lengthen out through the legs. Keep it going. Really strong pulses. Halfway there. 7, 8, nearly there. 9, last 10 pulses. In 2, 3, 4, 5, out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. Bring the knees in, bring the head down if it's not already. Have a little roll around on that lower back. And then we're going to work lower abdominals next. So, bringing the feet down to the floor, we're going to come up onto the elbows. So the elbows are going to be directly underneath the shoulder. Again, we want a nice lengthened spine here. So really push the chest up. We're not arching, just a nice straight spine. So engaging through the core to make sure the spine stays in that position. We're just going to start by lifting one leg, popping it down, and then lifting the other leg. Just warming up through the hip flexors, making sure that spine stays nicely lengthened. And then we're going to bring both legs up into tabletop position. So coming up with both legs, and we're going to double toe tap now. So we're going to inhale and then exhale lift. So really working those lower abdominals here. Inhale it down, nice, lovely. Nice lengthened spine. Stick that chest up, make sure we're not sinking into the shoulders as well. Keep the ears away from the shoulder. We can make this a little bit harder now if you like. As we inhale down, we can lengthen out through the legs and then exhale, lift those straight legs, bending through the knees at the top. So it's tap, lengthen, and lift, but keep it at your level. We're going for 4 more.
Can you do it without your shoulders? I can't do my shoulders.
You can go back on your back, that's fine. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry, yeah. So lengthen and lift. Last 3. Down, lengthen and lift. If you're on your back then, just maybe don't lengthen. Just keep those knees bent. And last one. Down, lengthen and lift. Well done. Bending through the knees, bring the feet down to the floor. Let's take it down to the spine again and just stretch out those abdominals. So feet hip width apart, keeping both hips on the floor, keeping the hips pushed down to the floor. We're just going to roll the knees over in one direction, feeling a nice stretch down the side of the waist. And then rolling the knees back through the center, over to the other side. Oh, you just had a really nice crack in my back then. And then bring the knees back to the center, lengthening out through the legs now. We're going to take it into a roll up. So you can keep a slight bend in the knee there if you like, just to make it a little bit easier. But bringing the arms up towards the ceiling, anchor the shoulders, palms facing. So the hands are shoulder width apart. Take an inhale breath as we exhale. Bring the chin towards the chest and start to peel the spine up from the floor. Nice and slowly, keeping the heels down if we can. Using the elbow if you need to. We're going to reach it nice and tall here and spine stretch. So we're going to bring the arms parallel with the legs, reaching backwards with the waist and forwards with the arms. So getting that lovely C curve into the spine. And then we're going to lengthen again through the spine. So crown of the head towards the ceiling. Inhale breath. As we exhale, tilt and peel the spine down. Lovely. Nice and slowly. One vertebrae at a time. Take the arms behind the head. Try not to let the ribs pop up here. Keep that core nice and strong. Exhale, bring the arms back up. Anchor the shoulders. Inhale, breath. Exhale, chin to chest. Peel the spine back up. Nice and slow. Reach it nice and tall at the top. And then we're going to forward fold. So you can put a little flex into the ankle there. Feel that stretch into the calf. Grab hold of the legs if you want. Try and just bring that stretch in a little bit more. And release. Well done. And then we're going to work shoulders. So for this exercise, I think we did this one on Wednesday, Linda. So you're going to sit either cross-legged or however you feel most comfortable. If you want to sit on a cushion, if you've got quite tight lower back, hamstrings, that's also fine. If we are sitting cross-legged though, switch the legs over. It might feel a bit odd at first, but just helps keep nice and balanced. So crown of the head's towards the ceiling. We're going to bring the elbows out to the side, level with the shoulders, 90-degree bend in the elbow. And then we're going to just bring the hands down. Almost imagine that the back's against a wall. Everything should stay nice and level. So again, shoulders, ball and socket joint. We're just trying to get as much range of movement as we can out of the shoulders, keeping those elbows level with the shoulder. You should feel a lovely little stretch across the chest on this one as well. That's it. Keep it going. Perfect. Just check that the elbows stay level with the shoulder. Just rotating through that shoulder. Lovely. Let's keep it going. Let's go for the last 3. And 2. And last one. And then coming back up, bringing the arms up towards the ceiling. We're then just going to reach, keeping the spine nice and tall as well. So still working the spine, reach up towards the ceiling and then bring the elbows back down towards level with the shoulder. So almost imagine we're sliding the arms up the wall and then staying level. That's it. Lovely. Let's go for 3 more. Is it quite tough this, Susie? And last one. We're going to reach, really reach up towards that ceiling. Bring the elbows level with the shoulders. And then we're just going to bring the elbows and hands together. That's it. And apart. Let's go for 4 more of these. Last 2. And last one. You feel this one tomorrow. And out, and relax the arms down. Give the shoulders a good roll, shake the arms out. And then we're going to go onto the other side of glutes. So feet in the opposite direction. We're starting with low climb just to warm up the glutes. So make yourself comfortable, head onto the hand or the arm. Again, we're going to just push that hip away. So equal distance between the rib and the hip on both sides, which means we just slightly lift up through that waist. Almost imagine you've got a chocolate bar underneath the waist and we don't want to melt that chocolate bar, so keep the waist lifted. Hips stay nice and stacked and we're just going to start keeping the heels squeezed and then inhale as we lower it back down. So just by squeezing the heel base, it's going to automatically engage the adductor muscles inside of the thigh and also help lift that pelvic floor a little bit more. Keeping that waist lifted, nice. And then we're going to bring the knees together, take it up into elevated climb. So lift the feet, hover the feet above the mat. We should be able to get a little bit more movement now through the hip and lower. Pop the hand on the hip there just to make sure there's no movement from the hip. And making sure we're using as much movement as we can there. So really squeeze that leg up. So when you think you've reached the top, maybe just try and squeeze another couple of inches. That's it. So really engaging through that glute. We're going to start with the extension now. So open at the hip, extend away the leg. Bring the heels back together. Bring the knees back together. Open, extend, feet and knees, making sure we don't fall into the floor with the waist. Let's go for 4 more. And the last 2. And last one. And reach, lovely. Bring the feet together, bring the knees together, bring the feet down to the floor. We're then going to extend that top leg away. So the leg's level with the body. Let's just take it up into a couple of leg raises. So using slightly different muscle there in the glute. So this is just a simple lift and lower. There's no rotation going on. And last one. Leg comes down, level with the body, level with the hip. We're going to flex the foot, sweeping forward, keeping the leg parallel with the floor. Point the toe and return. That's it. So it's a flex as we come forwards. Again, keep that waist lifted. Point, return. Let's go for 4 more. Last 3. Perfect. And last one. Point, return. Leg stays level with the hip. We're going for 4 raises. Exhale it up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, raise. Inhale, lower. Last 2. And last one. And then bringing the leg, bending through the knee rather. Lengthen away that underneath leg as we bring the leg over. Just give the bottom a little bit of a rub there. We're going to work the obliques on this side as well. So coming down onto the arm, so bringing the hand down to the floor. Neck's in line with the spine. We're going to bring the arm over the head, take an inhale breath as we prepare. As we exhale, try not to put too much weight in this bottom hand. We're going to reach up, try to lift up towards that inside knee, and then come back down. Nice and slow, controlled. We can start to raise this underneath the leg as well if we like, just really working the obliques and the adductors, and lower it back down. It's almost a double whammy. Exhale up, weight nice and light on that hand. Inhale, lower. Let's go for 3 more. Last 2. And last one. And inhale it down. Nice, well done. Then we're going to stretch this out a little bit more, this glute. So coming down again onto the spine. So placing the lower back down into the floor, making sure that tailbone's tucked under. Band over the foot, lengthen the leg up towards the ceiling. Get that nice gentle pulling sensation down the back of the leg first, and then slide that leg away. And just bring the foot over, keeping the leg nice and straight. You feel a really nice stretch into the outside of the leg there. Up into the glute too. And then bringing the foot back up towards the ceiling. Bending through this other leg so the foot's flat to the floor. We're going to work our teaser, practice for teaser again. Take an inhale breath. As we exhale, bring the chin towards the chest, using the band to help you if you like a little bit with the roll up. Leaving the thighs parallel and then lengthen. So we're sat on the back of the sit bones, but lengthen through the spine there. So sticking the chest out. Inhale breath, exhale, tilt the pelvis. We're slowly going to place the spine back down again. Control it as much as we can. Bringing the head back down to the floor. Lifting that leg up towards the ceiling, gentle pull. Let's go again. Inhale breath, exhale, coming up, chin to chest. Thighs stay parallel. Coming up into the back of the sit bones and lengthen through the spine. We can hold it here, or we can practice full teaser and bring the other foot up to meet. And we're going to hold, keeping that spine nice and long for 3, 2, 1. Bring the foot down, and then slowly place the spine back down onto the floor. Bringing the head down. Lengthen the leg up towards the ceiling again. Lengthen the other leg away. So send the leg away. Keeping that lower back pressed down into the floor. So engaging through the core, we're going to exhale as we bring the foot up to meet the other foot. And inhale as we lower. So we're going to go for 4 more of these. Making sure that lower back doesn't lift up from the mat. 3. Really work those hip flexors. 2, can quite often be weak. And 1, especially if we're spending a lot of time sat down at desks and stuff. So bending through that knee, popping the foot down, bending through the other knee, get rid of the band. So last exercise before we stretch, we're going to work scissors. So again, scoop the tailbone under, slide ribs towards the hips. Arms down by the side, collarbones out nice and wide. We're going to bring the legs up into tabletop position. Level 1 scissors, we're going to toe tap, but making sure we sink that lower back down into the floor. No movement from the spine there, no lift from the spine. Keeping that 90-degree bend in the back of the knee, so try not to fold the knee. That's it. Level 2, we're going to lengthen through both legs. Again, keeping the spine imprinted, and we're going to scissor straight legs. But making sure, have a play around with where the legs cross, that's what I was trying to say. The lower they are to the floor when they cross, the harder you're going to work the core. Making sure pelvis placement's nice and still. Level 3, we're going to come up with the head and shoulders, and we're going to add that gentle pull of the leg at the top. Nice deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're going to go for 4 more on each leg. If at all, if you do need to rest, obviously, just hug those knees in. 3, 2, last ones, and 1. Well done. Bring the head and shoulders down, hug the knees into the chest, little roll around. I did lie slightly there because we're actually going to do sideways scissors as well, just to work those inner thighs a little bit more. For this one, we can sit on the hands if you like, just to help make sure the spine stays in imprint. If you're okay with it, just bring the arms out to the side. We're going to lengthen the legs up towards the ceiling. So really try and straighten the legs, squeeze heels together, and then we're going to short, sharp scissor, one leg over the other, really working those inner thighs, keeping the legs as straight as possible. We're going to go for 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bend knees in, hug knees in. Last one, we're going to go for wide leg scissors. We're going to only do 5 of these. So again, lengthen the legs up towards the ceiling, point the toes, heels together. And then we're going to inhale, we're going to allow the legs to come out to the side, nice and wide, flexing through the foot there, ankle, exhale, squeeze those heels back together. So point, drop, flex, exhale, squeeze, keeping the spine imprinted, last 3. Point, flex, squeeze, 2, point, flex, squeeze, last one, point, drop, flex, and squeeze, ouch. Bend those knees in. You can part the knees there, so just bring the legs nice and wide, just have a little rock from side to side. And then just bringing the feet down to the floor, just allow the knees to fall out to either side, and just to get that nice frog stretch, so a nice stretch into the inside of the thighs. Take some deep breaths. And then bringing the knees back up together. We're going to come down to side lying to do some stretching today. So if you've got a couple of cushions handy or pillows, just grab a couple or one, whatever, just for comfort. So coming down into side lying, we're going to relax the head onto a cushion or the floor. One cushion in between the knees just to keep the hips, hip and knee nicely aligned, and shoulders stacked, hips stacked. Arms out in front level with the shoulders and relaxing the head. So the head and neck are in line with the spine. We're going to take a deep inhale breath, and as we exhale, we're going to lift and lengthen through this top arm, keeping the gaze to this moving hand. So just lifting over, tracing a really big rainbow with the hand, and just aim to get the shoulder blades as close to the floor as we can. Really open up through the chest as we rotate through the spine. And then whilst we're in that stretch, the arm that's just come across, we're just going to bring it towards the ear and then back out level with the shoulder again. So just really stretching that shoulder out. Keep it going. And that's the last one. So arm comes up towards the ear. Then we're going to lengthen the arm out to the side, level with the shoulder. Take a deep inhale breath as we exhale. Using the core here, we're going to bring the arm back up and back over. Bringing the hands back together again. So hands are together. We're going to, when the hands are together, Take an inhale breath, and as we exhale, we're going to slide the top hand as far away from the body as we can. Really stretch out the shoulders. Deep breaths. And then just bringing the hands back together again. We're going to take it back onto our backs and just stretch the glutes out. So coming down to the spine again, we're just going to bring the foot over the knee, pushing the other knee out to the side, and then we're going to bring the leg up into tabletop position. But rather than grabbing hold of the thigh here, just going to grab hold of that ankle. And then to deepen this glute stretch, to be honest, if that's enough of a stretch for you, just stay like that. But if it's not, if you want a little bit more at stretch, tabletop leg. And then we're going to sink the tailbone into the floor. And normally I'm telling you to push the spine down into the mat. We're not. We're going to arch the spine up. So just push the spine up. You should feel a much deeper stretch in the glute. So we're lengthening the spine rather than hunching over. Everyone feel that? So lift, good. And hold it there for a couple more seconds. And just by grabbing hold of the ankle, takes the pressure off the hip flexor a little bit. And then gently place the foot back down onto the floor, followed by the other foot. Same on the other side, so foot comes across. And then we bring that leg up into tabletop if you want a little bit more from the stretch. Grabbing hold of the ankle, so just take the pressure off that tabletop leg. And again, push the tailbone down and lift up through the spine. So try and get as much of a gap between the lower back and the mat as we can there. Like a nice glute stretch. And then just bring the foot back down to the floor, followed by the other one. And then we're going to do the same stretch again on the other side. So either twizzle around on your mat or face opposite direction. So cushion in between the knees, head relaxed down. Make yourself nice and comfortable. And then hands come together. Shoulders stacked. Nice deep inhale breath to prepare. As we exhale, lift and lengthen through the arm, keeping the gaze to the moving hand. And aim for those shoulder blades as close to the floor as we can. Really open up through the chest there. And then just start to bring the arm up towards the ear. And back out level with the shoulder again. Keep the arm moving. Sorry, I'm overrunning a little bit. Nearly done. And then bringing the arm level with the shoulder. Take an inhale breath as we exhale, engaging through the core as we bring the arm back up and back over. Hands come back together. And exhale, slide that top hand as far away as we can. If anyone needs to go, I'm really sorry that I've overrun. You can see Kate needs to get off. Sorry. See you later, Kate. I won't be offended. Bring the hands back together and then coming down to the front. I love the fact then she finished off as I would do. She knows my finale. So bringing the feet, straddling the mat. Again, hands underneath the shoulders, shoulders down and back. We're going to take it into our cobra stretch. So exhale and start to push the floor away, keeping shoulders down. Get that stretch down the front. And then we might want to just lower it down slightly as we come up onto the knees. Be careful of that lower back. So really brace the core there as we come up and sit back between the heels, taking it into child's pose. Get that lovely stretch down the spine. Deep breaths. And then bringing it up onto all fours. Wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Inhale, breath, exhale. We're pushing up into the spine, really part the shoulder blades there. And as we start to lower it down, start to squeeze the shoulder blades, stick out the bottom. And then coming back to neutral spine, we're going to flip the toes underneath. Come up into a little knee hover, so really engage through the core here. And then we're going to slowly roll the heels back, keeping a nice bend in the knee there. So push the floor away with the hands. Head comes through the arms. Really lengthen out through the spine there. Keeping those knees bent, getting a nice stretch into the calf too. And then just slowly start to walk the hands back towards the feet. And then we're going to try and lengthen out through the legs. So straightening out through the legs. Hopefully the hands will be a little bit closer to the floor than they were at the start of class. Again, soften through the knees now. And we're going to roll it up. So take an inhale breath. Let the arms relax. Let the head and neck relax. Exhale, scooping up through the tummy button. Lifting up through the pelvic floor. As we roll it back up. Stacking one vertebrae at a time. Coming up nice and slow. And then when you do reach the top, make sure we do a couple of really big shoulder rolls and just pop the